If you want to drive sales, it's very simple. You need a sales funnel. More specifically, you need to use the Bulletproof sales funnel that I'm about to share in this video. We've driven over $304 million in revenue for our clients, and you don't do that by just guessing what marketing campaigns are going to work. You do that by having a sales funnel that you know is going to work time and time again. So make sure you watch to the very end because I'm sharing the exact same sales funnel that we use for our clients to drive revenue every day. If you don't know what a sales funnel is, let's break that down real quick. A sales funnel is the series of steps you take to move a person from not knowing about your brand at all to being a loyal customer. People call it a funnel because when you build one out visually, it looks like a funnel. The most common sales funnel has 4 main stages: awareness, consideration, conversion, and advocacy. And I say most common because sometimes when you start Googling marketing funnel, sales funnel, or advertising funnel, the results can get really complicated and bogged down with extra stuff that not every business needs. So I'm sharing the same simple but effective sales funnel that works for our clients. So when you're looking at the funnel, the widest part at the top is your awareness stage, also sometimes referred to as top of funnel. This is considered to be the beginning of your buyer's journey, and this is where people are entering your sales funnel. People who are top of funnel are becoming familiar with your brand for the first time because prior to this, they've never heard of it. These people are what's called a cold audience. They are in the awareness stage because you're making these people aware of your brand, products, and services for the first time. You'll also notice that this stage is the widest part of the funnel for a reason. You want to cast a wide net and then weed out people as we go along. So next we have the middle of the funnel, otherwise known as the consideration stage, or also sometimes called the engagement stage. People who are in the middle of your funnel means that they've just come from the awareness stage, so they are not new to your brand. They're familiar with it now, either from seeing it on social media or Google ads or what have you. Therefore, people in the middle of your funnel are what's called a warm audience. The key here is that before you let people get to the next stage, which is the conversion stage, you need to start weeding out people so that you're only keeping prospects who are both aware and interested. And we'll talk more about how to do that in a minute. But you don't want people who are not going to convert taking up space in your funnel. Then we have the conversion stage, sometimes referred to as your bottom of funnel audience. Again, it's the narrowest part because not everybody who entered at the top is going to make it to the bottom. Only qualified people who are likely to purchase should make it to this point in your funnel, and they're considered a hot audience because they're familiar with your brand, they've shown interest, and they've taken a high intent action at this point. This could mean that they've shared their contact information with you, or they've been adding your products to cart, for example, but they just haven't made the move to purchase yet. Your bottom of funnel marketing materials should be made ready to close these people because at this point, all they need is that extra push to convert into a customer. Now, a lot of people stop with these 3 sections, so make sure you pay attention and include this 4th section in your sales funnel. The advocacy stage is a stage in your funnel made for people who have already purchased. If you're a B2C or e-commerce company, repeat purchases may be something you aim for. The advocacy stage is where you can nurture your existing customers to become repeat buyers. If you're B2B or a service-based company like us, this stage could be used to nurture existing clients to remain long-term clients, and even to send a few referrals your way. Or in either cases, B2C or B2B, you might have an add-on product or service that you want to upsell customers on, and this is where you can nurture your existing customers into purchasing that. Either way, the advocacy stage helps you work smarter, not harder, by maximizing the value on your current customers. All right, so that's the basic outline of our Bulletproof sales funnel. Now I'm going to show you how to put it into action. I'm going to cover organic and paid campaigns alike that you can run to fuel or nurture each part of the sales funnel. Starting with the awareness stage, the biggest thing here is to remember that this is a cold audience of people who have never heard of your brand before, right? I think a lot of business owners spend like $300 a month on ads for the first few months, and they're targeting their ideal customer, but the ads are like, buy now, discount, limited time only, and then they don't get any revenue from that, and they're like, what the heck? I spent $300 and didn't get any sales? Facebook ads suck, but in reality, you're running conversion stage ads to an awareness stage audience. The people seeing those ads for the first time are, at best, looking at it like, I don't recognize this brand, and scrolling on. Most don't even acknowledge it that much. They just keep scrolling. Even if you're implementing best practices you've seen from our other videos, you're addressing your audience by their needs, their goals, their pain points, you have not built the trust and rapport that's statistically needed to ask for a purchase yet. I say all that to set up your expectations appropriately. In the awareness stage, we are not looking for sales. We are looking for positive responses like likes, comments, views, and follows, and maybe some website traffic to lay that first foundation of trust. Therefore, any marketing efforts in this stage should reflect those goals. So, marketing campaigns you can execute to fuel the awareness stage include the following efforts: a strong organic posting strategy on the platform your specific audience spends the most time on, optimize with hashtags, location tags, and keywords people search on those platforms. If you are posting on Facebook and Instagram, you can then boost that content with the engagement campaign on Facebook, which optimizes for post engagement, video views, and direct messages. You could also really give your social profiles a boost by employing an influencer marketing strategy so that influencers with mass targeted followers are seeing their post about your product or service in a positive light. The only businesses who can maybe get away with a sales campaign in the awareness stage are businesses with the lowest priced items or lowest barrier to purchase. If your product or service is cheap and tends to be an impulse buy, you can try running a sales campaign to a cold audience and see if you get any results from that. Otherwise, you'll want to run ads to introduce your brand a little bit more first, and more importantly, provide value first. So providing value to a cold audience could look like sending traffic to your blog site or a landing page that is content oriented, not sales oriented, where the point is to provide value in the form of teaching your audience how to solve a problem or pain point they have, or how to accomplish a goal they have. You can send traffic to your landing page or blog with the traffic campaign, and then just change the conversion location on the ad set level under conversion to be website, and change the performance goal to maximize the number of landing page views. This way it shows the ad to people who are actually likely to wait for the landing page to load and view it, as opposed to people who are just likely to click on the ad and maybe get impatient and exit before it loads. So again, you're sending people to something like a blog, and while yes, you could have a pop-up or a sidebar widget on the blog promoting a lead magnet in exchange for their contact info, just in case they are confident enough about you and ready to take that next step, that shouldn't be the focus of this page. This is not a squeeze page. Remember, the point at this stage is solely to provide value to them, and in return, it will hopefully give them higher brand recall and build a little foundation of trust in your brand. If you don't have the budget to run ads, a free but time-consuming way to promote your blog or educational content is via SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. You can optimize your blog for keywords so that it appears at the top of the search results when someone searches that keyword. For instance, if you own a plumbing company, you can post a blog around the keywords "how to fix a kitchen sink leak" so that when someone searches that on Google, your website appears first, answering the question. You'll know this person needs your plumbing services. You're building trust by providing free value that they actually need, and in the event that they don't fix it themselves, or when they need a plumber again in the future, they will likely call you over competitors. You'll just need to go to Google's free keyword planner to find relevant keywords with high search volumes to make sure that you're writing blogs around keywords that your audience actually searches. And like I said, SEO is time consuming. It can take months and months, sometimes over a year, to rank a newer website. And keyword optimization is not the only thing Google takes into account when determining which pages to rank at the top of the search results. So if that's the route you want to take, make sure you watch our SEO playlist to set yourself up for maximum success. All right, moving on to the consideration stage. The goal of this stage is to get people to take a deeper, more high intent action and simultaneously rule out people who are not going to convert later. Because remember, you don't want to waste labor, time, or money on leads or prospects who aren't going to return a profit later. So these are the marketing campaigns you can implement for this part of the funnel. If the nature of your business is one where you need to communicate with leads one-on-one before they can become a customer or client, then lead generation is probably a good next step for you. If that's the case, there are several Facebook ad campaigns you can perform. If you have a squeeze page or a landing page specifically designed for collecting leads and contact information, you can send people there with the sales campaign and track how many people from Facebook completed your landing page lead form. If you don't have a landing page specifically built for capturing leads, or if you're finding people aren't really responding well to that campaign, you can use Facebook's lead campaign. In this campaign, people can fill out your lead form all right there within Facebook without ever having to leave the platform. The lead's contact info is stored in your Facebook Ads Manager for you to download manually or for you to automate into your CRM. I have a whole video I made just around the setup and execution of that Facebook lead generation campaign, so if that sounds like something of interest to you, I will link that video for you to watch next. Alternatively, you can also run a Google Ads campaign to send traffic to your landing page. The biggest difference here is that with Facebook ads, you're targeting people by interest, behavior, and demographics, and you're paying per impression. With a Google ad, also sometimes called a PPC ad, which stands for pay-per-click, you're targeting people by what they're searching on Google, and you're paying per click. Ideally, when you run these ads, you advertise a free lead magnet that is super valuable to your audience that they can get in exchange for giving you their contact information. Whichever method you use, if you're capturing leads in this stage, please just make sure that you are qualifying and disqualifying leads as much as possible so that only qualified leads are making it to the bottom of your funnel. Qualifying means that you're giving the lead reasonable expectations, telling them exactly what they're going to get from working with you. You're not overpromising and under-delivering. Disqualifying means you're also ruling out if a lead is not a good fit to be your customer or client. Disqualification is just as important as qualification, but it's usually the thing growing businesses don't want to do because sometimes it means you're turning away leads that are showing interest. And I know that that's hard to do because you want to accept all the customers right now, but here's why it's important. Usually the things that disqualify a lead are lack of budget, geographical location, or wanting something different or outside of what you offer. If you're nurturing a lead that doesn't have the money to pay you, isn't in the area you service, or is ultimately going to be dissatisfied with your service because it's not what they wanted to begin with, you are just wasting time and resources now on a lead that was never going to be a good, sustainable, or profitable fit for your business. So, how do you qualify and disqualify leads? In every piece of content you put out, and especially in your lead form. Ask the right questions, and if they don't give you the answers that you want, boot them. Offer a relevant lead magnet that ensures people are going to be interested in what you offer later down the road. For instance, if you offer home repairs and you are targeting homeowners, a question on your lead form could be, do you own your own home? And if the answer is, no, I live in an apartment, the relationship can end there. If your lead magnet was a free homeowner's guide of things to do during spring cleaning to maintain your house, you shouldn't be getting apartment renters clicking on your form to begin with. So qualify and disqualify. A couple other good campaigns to run at this stage real quick, depending on the nature of your business, could be the app install campaign. If you have an app that allows users to make an account for free, because again, we are not asking for the sale just yet. The middle of the funnel is all about getting them plugged into your brand a little deeper. You can set up a free mini chat account, which I have a full tutorial on here, which I will link below. But basically it allows you to set up automated messages to reply to comments or messages that you get on social media, and that further engages and builds trust with your audience. If your business does not require having a meeting or phone call with a lead prior to the purchase, you can still use some of these same campaigns, but for a different purpose. For example, you can still use all these lead generation campaigns to get their contact information in exchange for a different kind of lead magnet, such as a coupon code, or to have early access to a new product launch, or an ebook that's related to your product or service. Meanwhile, the contact information you receive from them can then be funneled into your email marketing campaign as well as retargeted on Facebook, which we'll get into in a second. But overall, with the middle of the funnel, you want to be able to say, okay, now that they have completed XYZ or taken this action, now it makes sense for me to ask them for the sale. In some of our other videos, we compare the sales funnel to a relationship in the sense that you wouldn't ask someone to marry you on your first date. But after dating for a while and getting to know each other really well and falling in love, then you move on to marriage. The middle of the funnel is the dating portion. It's the connecting bridge between addressing a stranger and building so much brand trust that they now want to buy from you. Which brings us to the bottom of the funnel, the conversion stage and the advocacy stage. These stages consist of a hot audience because at this point, they've already taken a high intent action with your brand. So this is where you start closing and or upselling them with ads. In most cases, we use the sales campaign from Facebook for this, or a search or display campaign on Google. Whichever campaign you use, you'll want to track how many people saw your ads, clicked to your site, or came to your store and converted, aka completed a purchase. Now, you may be wondering, how are you going to find those people again on the internet if they didn't complete your lead form? Every action your audience has taken up to this point can be retargeted. On Facebook and Instagram, your likes, followers, video views, post engagement, website traffic, customers, leads, all of it can be created in a custom audience inside of Facebook Ads Manager to be retargeted, so long as you set your Facebook pixel up on your website at the start of all of this. And for Google, you'll want to make sure that their separate tracking tool called a tag is also installed on your website. If some of the people in your retargeting audience already converted a little earlier in the funnel and they're currently a client with your company, then you can create a separate audience of those existing clients or recent purchasers to exclude them from your retargeting audience so that you don't waste money delivering ads to people who have already completed the action. Or on the flip side of that, you can deliver new ads exclusively to that audience to upsell them in the advocacy stage. I show you how to set up all of these custom audiences in my Facebook ads targeting videos, so I will link that in the description too if you want to watch that next. But overall, your bottom of the funnel ads need to be direct. You've educated, you've provided value, you've instilled brand trust. Now is the time to ask for the sale or the upsell if they're in the advocacy stage. This is how you build a bulletproof sales funnel, you guys, because you're drawing the right people in from the start and positioning your product or service as the industry leader with valuable content so that when they make a purchase, they purchase from you.